So what made me want to be a chiropractor was when I was a kid, my grandfather was actually a chiropractor. He practiced in New York for a little while, came to Florida, practiced down here till about 2014, and he did it till about his mid-90s. And when I was a kid, I would go into his office and I would see him practice, and people would pull me aside and tell me about the impact that my grandfather had on their life with his treatments. And I thought that was a really phenomenal thing to have happen, and I knew that I wanted to do something like that in my life. And then a couple years later, I graduated college, and then that was what my calling was. The most rewarding part about my job is getting people out of pain. You go into the medical field to do that, and that's what we strive to do here every day. You're gonna pick up a box, or you're gonna get in a car accident, you're not gonna be feeling 100%, and it's just a phenomenal feeling when you get somebody out of pain and they're able to walk out here without a limp or without crutches or without any aid, and that's what we do here. The most challenging part of my job is it's not the adjustments, it's not the stretching, it's not the exercises, it's actually getting down to the root of the problem. Just because you have low back pain doesn't mean it's starting from the low back. It might be a hip imbalance or a knee imbalance where you're compensating for. So it's getting to the bottom of the problem, correcting the root of the problem, and then finding ways to stabilize what you've done so it doesn't happen again. So some things that chiropractors do that a lot of people don't know about is, in addition to the spine, we also adjust shoulders, elbows, wrists, knees, ankles, and hips. In addition to that, we do a lot with pregnant patients, just because the center of gravity does change when you are carrying a baby in front of you. So that causes the pelvis to tip forward, which puts a little bit more stress on the low back, which obviously pulls the shoulders forward a little bit, also causing neck pain and shoulder pain. So what we do here at TruSpine is a little bit different than what other chiropractors do. We are certified under the International Board of Chiropractic Neurology. And what that is that's an organization that less than 120 people worldwide have. And that is an extra 300 hours of classes and an extensive board exam after. What that does, that gives us the ability to work with post-concussion patients for rehab, vestibular and balance disturbances, that will help them get a little bit more balance, a little bit more sturdy when they're walking. And I'm also working on a certification for electrodiagnosis for nerve conduction studies. So when I'm not here working on patients, I'm actually doing a little bit of work with some philanthropic organizations such as the Masons and the Shriners. When I'm not there, I'm doing softball and hockey